A big week of NPL Vic with draws galore. The card rampage across the 3 leagues with 98 cards handed out over the week. And as the tables are setting, we will be diving in to see the promotion and relegation battles.
That's right, Zach, and also no A-League and no European leagues this week for football, but plenty of AFL action to come.
We're getting better at these intros.
I'll tell you what.
We're getting better.
Bang, just like that.
Yeah.
What are we up to, Zach?
Alright.
How's your day been? How's school? Where's everything going?
It's been going actually alright, you know.
Yeah, that's good, mate. That's you know, I'm happy you're doing well, because school absolutely sucks for me. So.
Alrighty. Should we get into some NPL Vic?
Well, craziest league in the world, so no question.
All 3 of them actually.
Bloody hell.
Let's go through all the games. We got Melbourne Knights versus Hume City Friday 7:30. St Albans Dinamo versus Manningham United Friday 7:30. And Green Gully versus Dandenong Thunder.
Up the gully.
8 o'clock Friday. And Oakley Cannons versus South Melbourne. Big game Friday 8:30. Going Moreland City versus Dandy City Saturday 3 o'clock. Port Melbourne Sharks versus Altona Magic Saturday 6 o'clock. And Avondale versus Heidelberg Saturday 7 o'clock.
Interesting. You know what?
It's a big lineup.
It's a big lineup, a massive week of NPL football.
Yeah.
VPL 1, I feel like, was a little bit better this week, don't you think?
Yeah.
VPL 1?
Maybe 1 and 2, honestly. But these are all the games. You win these, you get the upper head on the ladder.
Correct.
Like,
And we just want to clear out as well, Ballin City?
Oh.
And...
FC Bulleen Lions versus
Oh,
Werribee.
Ballin there. Okay,
They're
that's
playing
it.
tonight, actually, but that's VPL 1 anyway.
Yeah, but that's still pretty good.
Alright. Melbourne Knights versus Hume. Friday 7:30. 5-2 win. Away from home for Hume.
I just want to talk about as well, Melbourne Knights, 8th on the ladder. Not great.
No.
Not great.
No, not really. Only
Hume
when-
City, consistent. Very consistent. 2nd on the ladder.
Yeah.
With 15 points.
They're looking good. Just sacked their coach now. They got David Schick in. So, Abdullah scoring 2. He is Abdullah, the
gun.
man in
He's-
form.
He's a good player.
Scoring 2.
What was big with Hume City as well is that they took the advantage up to half-time as well,
Yeah.
which was massive. Even though Melbourne Knights are not playing consistent football, I feel like, Zach,
Yeah.
which is pretty normal for every team,
Yeah.
not playing great. You know, you still want to put a challenge at home,
Look,
especially.
at their home, you know, the supporters were there.
Expect a little bit better, don't you think so?
Melbourne Croatian club was there supporting.
There you go.
But, Ivan Franjic, red card for Melbourne Knights. And Mitch Hall scores
An
for
own
Melbourne
goal?
Knights, and then scores an own goal. He gets one back and then scores an own goal.
Didn't he score your own goal first?
Yeah, I think he did.
I
He
think
got
he
the
did.
own goal and then
Yeah, how about
redemption.
this? So, Melbourne Knights went 1-0 up. And, own goal. Not great.
I mean, he got one back though. He got one back.
Of course he did, but you know what? They weren't good enough.
Did not help.
Weren't good enough, Melbourne Knights.
Mm.
But eighth on the ladder with 8 points. It's not looking well. I can't say 'cause it's early. It's not looking good, but when you look at Hume City, 2nd on 15 points.
Yeah, they could push for the title.
Hume City, absolutely.
Yeah, they could push for the title, but no, Hume City, they're in form now. I don't know what happened with their coach, but Melbourne Knights, they're looking shaky.
But maybe getting rid of the coach was maybe a good thing, Zach.
Alrighty, St Albans Dinamo versus Manningham United, Friday 7:30. 2-win at home for St Albans at Churchill Reserve. I'm surprised, actually.
It's not looking good for Manningham.
I'm surprised, you know.
It was a close. It was
I was
a lot
expecting.
closer.
I was expecting St Albans to actually do them here.
Correct.
I actually
I
predicted
thought so too.
a 4-1 at home, but Manningham came out strong. I mean,
2-1 loss is. Look, I personally thought 4-1, or I thought Manningham were going to score,
yeah,
but I thought it'd be 4-1.
yeah.
4, 5, one of them.
They're going to score the goals, but they'll concede more. And
That's the
more
problem.
and more.
Maybe it's a defensive issue.
Coming
for
into this league,
Manningham.
it's always hard for them. Though. Like, you
Correct.
can't go... I went from VPL 1 and then 4. You
However,
don't
they-
really stay up, don't you?
However, out of the 14 teams, Manningham, 12, 6 points. You
Yeah.
can't say they aren't
They
doing
can survive.
horrible,
Yeah,
but they can do better.
yeah, true. Yeah,
But St Albans, they take this victory,
yeah. Take it at home.
and you take every single point you can. They're on their 9th, 7 points, Zach,
Yep.
which they will take as well. Getting into some of the scores as well, St Albans scoring the opening goal in the 39th minute.
Summer skill pen.
Summer School, yep.
And then the
And then the
second
Manningham
yellow.
second yellow card right at half time as well.
45th plus 2. Fyodor Kopolo.
And personally, I think that's really where the game kind of ended
It
up.
really shifted there. Yeah.
And then St Albans scored right at the start as well.
Yeah, they came out with a fight. They were ready.
They were ready to go
They,
because
they wanted to seal that game first 15 minutes.
they went down to 10 men, Zach Manningham,
Yeah.
as well. So right at half
You
time.
always go out.
And then they get one back in the 69th minute, Manningham.
Yeah. And it becomes into a big game there. Manningham
Correct.
on the push,
Yeah.
The St Albans just hold on at home.
Yep.
Got the Yui boom on the hill.
Yep.
St Albans supporters.
I love that.
But moving on to Green Gully.
The gully, Zach! The gully!
That's Dandy Thunder.
I just love
Friday, 8 o'clock, the first draw of the week.
I just love saying Green Gully. I just love it. Up the gully.
1-1 at Green Gully Reserve.
Yeah.
Pretty good for Gully,
Yeah, it is. 11th v 10th, Zach.
Yeah.
So, any 3 points, they would have gone over
Yeah.
one another. So, it's a big result.
Dandy Thunder came off just a derby win at Dandy City, Frank
That's
Holohan
right,
last
yep.
week. So, yeah,
The Gully started pretty strong, 27th minute, and former victory man, Josh Hope, scores the opening goal, which gives them a 1-0 lead at half time, Zach.
yeah. Well, I still can't figure out Green Gully. Are they good or not? Because they win some games, but then they just don't. They're shaky. I don't know.
It's like Chelsea in the Premier League.
Yeah, I just can't figure them out.
Yeah. It's pretty simple as well with Gully, just because I love saying Gully.
Yeah,
The
Gully.
Gullies. Dandenong Thunder, they're the same, pretty much. 11th with 7 points, the
Yeah.
Gully, and Dandenong are 10th with 7 points as well.
Yeah.
So if one of them won, they would have gone over one another.
Yeah, exactly. It was a big game, but stalemate, of course. A draw, but moving on to another draw.
Whoa, hang on a minute.
Whoa.
You forgot about Burke and Curtis scoring for Dandenong Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Another former victory player scoring a goal.
Like, the victory players love it, NPL.
They do, don't they? I don't blame them dropping down and play a bit of NPL Vic instead of VPL 1.
Yeah. The Greek derby now. Oakley versus South Melbourne, Friday, 8:30 at Jack Edwards.
Do we really have to talk about this game?
Goes to a stalemate as well. 0-0.
0-0. Boring.
Two top teams fighting hard.
And this is my problem, okay? South Melbourne first on the ladder. 5th, Oakley Canes.
Look,
I mean, seriously, you would think South Melbourne should win this game.
but Oakley, yeah. They're always favourites at home.
They are always...
They are always Oakley Cannons. They came out for this game. They really did.
They did, but, I expect a little bit more from South Melbourne.
I did as well, because Oakley had 15 more attacks. More attacking plays than South. That's dominance there at home. Look, I wasn't expecting it.
It's consistent from Oakley.
Cannons, yeah.
It's pretty consistent, and considering, 5th, 12 points, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And South Melbourne first with 17 points, especially. So they're clear on top
Yeah, South Melbourne, I mean,
by 2 by 2 points. But other than the Hume City victory, they were clear on top.
every season though, South Melbourne come into as favourites. Well, let's be honest now.
They're a strong team. That's
Yeah.
why they're the favourite team to win.
Yeah.
They work as a team, and they always get the bloody results, Zach.
Talking about wins. We're moving on to a team that still hasn't won a game. Moreland City versus Dandy City, Saturday 3 o'clock. away from home win, 2-1 for Dandy City. Played at CB Smith Reserve.
Can't be honest with you.
What's happening with Moreland?
It's the same. It's the same thing with St Albans and Manningham United. I expected more from Dandenong.
Yeah, but
They should be destroying Moreland City. I mean, another former Victory player scoring. KDFU, mate.
look,
Scoring again. The former Victory players, I'm telling you, it's their week this week.
Moreland City, 2 key defenders from last week are out as well.
Look, it doesn't help, but I don't think it will change anything, personally.
Dandy really pushing for a top 6 now. They really want finals.
Dandy 7 for 11 points, and Moreland City 0 points. Still, out of 7 games, 0 points,
It's not looking good for them.
0 points.
Could Dandy get into the top 6?
Match day 7, of course they can. Anything can happen. It just needs, a little bit of spark, a little bit of confidence. Take it from there. They were 2-0 up at half time, Dandy, and pretty much that really sealed the game.
Yeah.
Just like that. Moreland got one back, but it's 2-1 victory.
We'll move on then to Port Melbourne Sharks versus Altona Magic. Another stalemate, 1-1 at Saturday 6 o'clock at JL Murphy Reserve.
Boring.
That's crazy,
Boring.
I mean, Port Melbourne sitting in final spot, and
In the top 6, correct?
yeah, top
Yep.
6, and Altona.
Big point. It's a massive point for Altona.
They needed it.
It's a massive point because pretty much Moreland City, if they win, lose, win or draw, it's still gonna be rock bottom.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what they are. But it's a big point for Altona, and can they find a little bit of consistency, Zach?
Look, I'm actually scared for Altona here.
Really?
I don't want them to go down, but 60th minute, Port Melbourne red card. Didn't help Port Melbourne, but that's
Still scored the opening goal.
Altona really fighting, scoring a 90th minute equaliser. All that helped them.
It helped them. It definitely
They
did.
needed it.
But it was good hustle from Port Melbourne as well. Going
Yeah.
down to 10 men
Yeah.
and to score the opening goal in the 79th
They
minute.
had to play 30 minutes.
Correct.
Fighting.
Well, with the
10.
red card as well.
Yeah.
So it's a big result, I would
Yeah.
say. 100%.
We're going on to another stalemate. 0-0
Avondale.
versus Heidelberg. The Burgers. 7 o'clock on Saturday.
Half time 0-0, full time 0-0. Only one yellow card for the whole game. What is going on?
My question is, why are they playing at Hume City Stadium?
I don't know. It's a good question.
2 big teams fighting for a win. 3rd and 4th place on the table, I do believe.
Third is Avondale with 14 points,
Yeah.
which is, you take the points. And then you got Heidelberg, who are 4th with 13 points.
Yeah, wow. That is a big game,
It is. It's
Let's,
always massive.
Do a ladder review here.
That review, so looking good at the moment for South Melbourne.
South Melbourne 2 points clear on top with Hume City closely following on 15.
Moreland City are in trouble.
Avondale FC on 14 points in 3rd with the Burgers. Heidelberg United on 13, closely following. Oakley Cannons in 5th on 12 points, and Port Melbourne Sharks tied with them on 12.
Yeah.
Dandy City could push for top 6 here.
Yep, they can.
They're on 11 points.
And like we all say, Zach, match day 7 in NPL. Why can't Moreland City still make it?
Seriously, though. Dandy City get 1 win, and they'll be equal 3rd.
That's right.
That is big.
It's a competitive league.
Yeah.
Zach.
Melbourne Knights, a game behind Dandy City, sitting in 8th. St Albans, Dinnermore in 9th on 7 points. Then a stalemate between 3 teams on 7 points. Dandenong Thunder also, and Green Gully
The gully!
on 11th.
Up the gully!
Manningham United just pulling out of the relegation zone with 6 points.
Yep.
Altona Magic went back into relegation with 4 points, and rock bottom.
Moreland City.
7 games, 0
0
wins,
points. No draws.
no draws.
7 losses. Moreland City.
It's tough, but we'll move on to VPL 1 now.
I love VPL 1. This is a competitive week in VPL 1.
Yeah. VPL 1, you got Brunswick City versus Langwarrin, Friday 8:30. Bentley Greens versus Kingston, Friday 8:30. Eastern Lions versus Preston Lions, Friday 8:30. North Geelong Warriors versus Northcote City, Saturday 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Western United versus Caroline Springs George Cross, Sunday 2 o'clock.
The Derby.
What a weird time. And Victory versus Melbourne City,
The
Sunday.
Melbourne Derby.
The Melbourne Derby, Sunday 3 o'clock.
The Melbourne Derby.
And tonight, what's the time now?
5:51.
About 2 hours and 2 hours and a half.
What time does the game start?
8:30.
Jesus Christ.
Monday 8:30. Bulleen Lions versus Werribee City.
Jesus.
I actually want to watch this. This is a big game.
Is it?
Bulleen at Venator Club Monday nights.
You can always watch a replay, Zach.
I'll just go on Facebook Live and find it.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get into the first game. Zach, what do we got?
Brunswick City versus Langwarrin, Friday 8:30. 2-2 at Dustin Reserve.
I like that. You know, goals. Zach, goals.
Finally.
Some
2-2
goals.
4 goals.
After, what, 2 0-0 draws from NPL Vic?
No, 1-1 and then 0-0. Oh, well, in NPL Vic you had...
Yeah, I think it was 2 0-0s.
No, you had 2 0-0s, 1 and then 2 1-alls.
Boring week for NPL Vic, I would
Yeah.
say, but this is now spiced up a little bit. 2-2.
Now
Zach.
back to another draw though.
It doesn't matter, but it's still 2-2. It's better than 1-1 and 0-0.
Langwarrin lead at half time, but Brunswick at Dustin Reserve is just too good. They've only lost
Brunswick
one time
City,
at Dustin, and it was to Melbourne City though. So.
Brunswick City scoring in the 89th minute. Zach, what are your thoughts on that? Massive?
I knew it was gonna happen.
You knew it was going to
I was
happen?
watching it, and you know that crowd at Dustin Reserve. You got the Sparta music playing, walking out.
Yeah.
At the half time,
Love that.
they're coming for blood. They're
How did
You
the
know-
goal? How did the goal scored? Was it a scrappy goal? Was it a good goal?
bit of a scrappy goal, you know, like just knocking the ball around. Their forward press just good. Tom Young scores twice for Langy and 5 for
Yep.
the season.
Yeah. So that's big. Five goals in 7 games this season already, which is pretty big.
That's pretty good actually.
Pretty big. Langwarrin first, 15 points. Brunswick City, 6th with 10 points. We talk about 2-2 draws. This is again a big draw for Brunswick City,
Yeah.
and they need to grow and then to get better. Then they get up to Langwarrin.
Well, Langwarrin are actually in second. Melbourne Victory. Unbeaten still.
The thing updated then. Oh, all right, fair enough. Because I had Victory here second with 14 points, so I must have updated.
No, because
Sneaky.
they played Sunday, yeah?
That's very true. So I probably got this Western United Caroline Springs one wrong as well. But that's all right.
We got the ladder here, so
That's all right.
moving on then. Bentley Greens versus
Sorry.
Kingston
Before
City.
we go into the second game,
Yep.
I love the action. 7 yellow cards, Zach, for the whole game. 7 yellows. Love it.
Yeah.
Almost
There
a full
was a
squad.
lot of yellows in VPL 1 this week with
What's the max you would say?
10, 20, 30. There was 37 yellow cards in VPL 1 this week.
Love that.
I counted them all, so.
Yeah, that's good. I like the attention as well.
Going on to Bentley now versus Kingston. Friday 8:30. 2-0 for Bentley at home.
Yeah. A big win at home for Bentley.
At Kingston Heath Soccer Complex.
Yeah.
Can Bentley make the top 6?
They can, beating 4th side Kingston. Of course they can. Obviously now, because now they're a point apart. Now 7th between 4th, they're a point apart. Zach,
Yeah, that is true. You know,
they are really
Look,
into this. They can make the top 3. They can
one
make the
win.
top 2.
1 win for Bentley and they're tied 3rd.
Yeah, but and like I say, these are big victories when you can hold on. 0-0 at half time, Zach.
Yeah.
But 2 sort of late goals, 73rd minute, 82nd minute. What are your thoughts on that, Zach?
Bentley at home. You got the crowd there.
Yeah,
At
that's right.
Kingston Heath.
Yep.
It's always good. But serious question, can Kingston make top 3?
They can.
Started round
They
5
can.
winning 4 in a row, then they lost to Preston.
Of course they can.
So-
And like I say, it's match
Yeah.
day 7, Zach. So
Yeah.
there's plenty of time.
They-
They can go to the bottom in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that is true, you know.
So never write anybody off.
Kingston
Especially
could
in
make-
NPL and VPL and all
Ah.
that stuff.
I still think Kingston could get promotion.
They can, and they could.
Yeah. They'll fight.
They will fight until the end, mate. That's what they say.
Now, to the big game.
Eastern Lions v Preston Lions.
Friday, 8:30, 3-3 at the Grange Reserve.
Eastern Lions with a massive point. And we talk about, the ladder and how people are positioned.
Yeah.
13 from the ladder, 3 points. Not the greatest.
Eastern still haven't even got a one.
Haven't
Haven't won.
Haven't got a win, but 3 draws.
Yep.
Preston Lions, though, do they look up at this game and go 3-3 against the second bottom of the ladder team? We're 8th on the ladder.
No.
Are they good? Are they terrible? Like, what are we
I'll
saying?
watch the highlights yet. But they open. Will Bainham opens the scoring in the 25th minute. One of the cleanest half volleys I've ever seen.
Shearer!
He brings it down. He takes a
Yeah,
touch
yeah.
and then just swings and it
Swings,
just
yeah.
glides in around the keeper.
Good finish.
Into the side netting as well.
So pretty much a half time. 2-1
then-
2-1 lead to Preston Lions.
Yeah. Cheese. Eastern respond with another half volley in the 36th minute. And then Preston fire back to make it 2-1 in the 38th. So
Yeah.
late drama in the first half.
Correct, that's right. So half time it was 2-1. So,
And
they'll
then
take that.
Eastern coming out to the second half, firing, scoring 2 in 15 minutes to make it 3-2.
It's massive.
And then Marcus Schroen scores in the 95th minute for a draw with a goal scramble.
Get in.
They
3-3.
needed that. Oh,
3-3. You know what I like about this game?
drama.
8 yellow cards.
Yeah.
Drama, goals, action. Love it.
Yeah.
6 goals. Oh, can't get a better game than that.
Well, just scored 6 goals in this game. Now we'll move on to a 5-goal showdown
Oh.
for North Geelong Warriors
Do we
versus Northcote City, Saturday 3 o'clock. 5-0 to Northcote at Alcho Park.
do we have to talk about this game? And just say how rubbish the North Geelong Warriors?
North Geelong still haven't registered a win yet. What is wrong?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Because all their juniors are placing like
Give me the
Div
pen.
1.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, rubbish.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're no good.
Just
I don't want to say that,
Absolutely horrible.
but they're no good. Unfortunately.
shocking. Oh, honestly.
Ritz.
Yeah.
Ritz. Hang on.
Yeah, you don't like to see it from North Geelong, you know. You really don't want to see it, but
Mm.
look, the 18s, all their juniors are looking for Div 1 right now.
Well,
And are their 23s doing alright? I think they are.
who's this?
North Geelong, I think their
Yeah,
23s
I
are
think
doing
so.
alright. Northcote just absolute dominance. So
Well, North Geelong, the same as Northcote.
Mm.
Bottom of the ladder, 7 games in, 0 points.
Northcote could push for first place this year as well. They actually could push for promotion and first place. They could push for the win.
Well, are they? Here's the thing. They played a poor team.
Mm.
Do you still have a little bit of promise in Northcote? Can they go all the way? Can they, can they slip down a little bit, or can they make the top 2 and get promoted? What do you think, Zach?
Look, knowing Northcote, they have the backing. They know what they're doing at the club. They can go. They can go to VPL. They could go to NPL Vic.
It's big. First game, no yellow cards.
Surprising.
Surprising.
I mean, you're not really going in hard after 3-0 down.
Half time, to be fair to North Geelong Warriors, still in the game, 1-0, 41st minute goal. And then they scored 3 goals in 6 minutes, and then, it all went wrong.
Look, that
yeah.
late goal in the first half really, North Geelong would be shaking.
North Geelong would be shaking, only because, if they kept it a 0-0, there was still a little bit of promise.
Yeah.
But you can't concede 4 goals in 6 minutes.
Disgusting.
53rd, 55th, 59th. Doesn't work. And then 86th minute late goal. Just shows that they're giving up a little bit.
Yeah.
Terrible. In my view, they're terrible. No passion
Yeah. You want to move it on?
for North Geelong, yeah. Western United v Caroline Springs. Zach?
Caroline Springs, George Cross, Sunday, 2 o'clock. At Ironbark Fields, 5-2 to
2 o'clock.
Western.
It's an interesting start. 2 o'clock.
I mean, it's It's weird, but it's the first game at the new stadium in Tarneit, so they got a good backing there.
Western United. I just want to talk about them. 5-2 win, big victory. First win there as well. First win at home.
They open in the second minute.
Second
They
minute.
score in the second minute, but Georgie's respond in the 13th.
Yeah.
Then the 57th minute, Georgie's red card.
Yeah. And that really, I reckon that really kind of
pretty
settled the
much
bar.
sealed it, you know.
Because they were 3-2 down
Mm.
until they got the red card in the 57th minute.
Mm.
And then they just went downhill.
Yeah, pretty much. The red card just sealed it.
Because then Western United in the 76th minute score a goal to make it 4-2, and then they score again to make it 5-2.
It's just, yeah, the A-League team coming up top, but now, the Melbourne Derby. Melbourne victory versus Melbourne City at Epping Stadium, Sunday, 3 o'clock.
3-0. I mean, I think I saw this coming.
I did as well.
I saw this coming.
Yeah.
City, they're not good enough in my view. 11th, victory second. They're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
City for me. They still got the youth. They've still got the talent, but on paper and as a playing performance, do you really see a spark in City's team?
Not
Because
really.
I don't.
Not this year, no.
I don't. They're 11th with 6 points. Victory atop with 17 points.
Victory haven't lost yet, just so dominant through this league, but should they be promoted to NPL?
Look, I don't think they should because of the team victory in the A-League. I really don't think they should, no.
'Cause-
But if you're going to make NPL, look, does it really matter as well? Because the A-League doesn't really bother the NPL too much as well. If you think about
but because of the B-League, I'm just thinking about it. You know what they should have done with A-League juniors?
What should I done?
Should have done what the Prem do. You have, so you know how you have Victory Seniors, yeah?
Yeah,
You have Victory A-League,
victory
then
A-League.
Victory NPL,
Yeah,
so Victory Youth, like under 23s.
Yeah.
Why don't you make an A-League under 23s?
very true.
So then they can play, like, so you're not bothering all the other teams.
You know what? This is a smart man right there because he's really not wrong. I agree. That's actually a good thinking, sir.
You shouldn't be bothering all the other teams that produce from seniors. I mean, produce from the juniors and keep. Where Victory just buy out everyone.
But Victory, you have to say to them as well, you know, and this is where I think, you know, a bit of controversy as well. Why can't A-League teams play NPL as well? I know you just said it, but, you know, why can't they make, that the under, what's it called? Why can't they make it the under 23s that you said
Because
in the NPL Vic?
you were getting A-League players that play in A-League, say they just come back from injury, yet they're still under the A-League standard and they're playing in their reserves in NPL. NPL 2, they're not even, like, in VPL 1, that's a difference.
All right, here's my little conspiracy that I've gonna come out with, okay? And we're talking about this now, The Newcastle Jets, they're in big trouble. So are Canberra United. Now, if these two teams go, and I know Canberra's not in the A-League, but we all know Newcastle Jets are.
Yep.
Newcastle Jets go,
It's not good.
which
It's dumb.
for me, the club hasn't really given the team of Newcastle fans, really haven't given them much of what's going on. There's been no scousers saying what's going on, or no sources, nothing. I think they're gone, personally. And same with Canberra United.
The problem is, they don't actually have any owners.
And that's why they could be gone in the next couple of months. In the next month, I think.
Well, do you know why they're going? Do you
They've got
know?
no owners, and they've got no money.
You know they would have gotten owners, but the APL didn't let them.
APL, again, ruin Australia football. Once again. And I'm going to presume that's the same with Canberra United, correct?
Do you see the Canberra United girls team are going to walk unless they get a men's? There's no point now because they might not even have their team.
Well, I thought Canberra United being in the women's league, why can't they have a boys team?
No, but Canberra United, they've been up in the women's so much. Like, That should have already been an A-League team. It should have already happened.
Yeah.
Newcastle Jets, on the other hand, is that all the other clubs are funding it.
But I'll look at so Auckland City coming to the league. NPL Vic, okay. You can say NPL Vic, but if you look at the teams, okay, you've got in the NPL, you've got Melbourne Knights, Hume City, Moreland City, Dandenong, Port Melbourne, Altona, Avondale, and Heidelberg United, St Albans, Manningham, Green Gully, Dandenong.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
What? Can that be the second division in the A-League? Can that be the second division?
What do you mean by that? Could that be B-League?
Can they be B-League and get promoted to the A-League?
Oh, Newcastle.
I'm not saying Newcastle, I'm not
Oh,
saying
but
anyone,
you
I'm just
think,
saying in general.
So any team can go down and up. So
Yeah.
proper football pyramid.
Proper football.
They should.
I don't
They
really,
should
I
put
don't think
Newca-
it's a bad idea.
They should put Newcastle Jets in the B-League.
Only because of low money.
But still, that's good.
They need good funding as well in the B League, VPL 1, VPL 2 as well. But from me, I reckon it's not a bad idea. I reckon we're going a little bit off topic now. On to VPL 2, Zachy G.
VPL 2. Oh. Big week. Box Hill versus Essendon Royals Friday 7:30.
Yep.
Pascoe Vale versus Nunawading Friday 8:30.
Good game.
Doveton versus Brunswick Juventus Saturday 3 o'clock. Melbourne Servia versus Borondara Carey Eagles Saturday 6:30. Goulburn Valley Suns versus Altona City Saturday 7 o'clock. And North Sunshine Eagles versus Beaumaris 8:15.
Good games. So we start with the first game, Box Hill versus Essendon Royals. What a game of football. I was going to point that one out. 3-3. Just like that. Zachy G.
At
What do you-
Wembley Park as well.
I mean, look, Essendon Royals, 6 on the ladder with
Yeah.
5 points. Match day 3 as well. So they're looking pretty good. If
Yeah.
you tell me, haven't lost a game, 1 win, 2 draws. It's pretty good. And if you go to Box
Pretty
Hill, well, they've got 2 draws and 9th on the ladder, so not too good.
Look, Graham Kelly scores 2 for Royals.
Yeah.
And Box Hill, 6 yellow cards for them.
And 3 for Essendon Royals, which makes it 9 yellows, which makes it more intense,
Yeah.
Zach. This is what I like. 6 goals, 9 yellow cards, action everywhere on the field.
2 big teams fighting. These 2 teams, if they could hold on to their youth, they should be NPL Vic. You know why?
Who? Essendon
Royals and
Royals?
Box- do you know why? Essendon
Go on then.
Royals Juniors beat Melbourne Victory Juniors.
Yeah.
And Box Hill Juniors are always Div 1. These 2 teams, Juniors, always Div 1.
Towards the youth thing as well, Zach. You want to keep the structure of
If
the
you
team,
can keep their
especially.
If you can keep their youth, they're
Could be a-
going. They're
could be
going
a
all
top
the way.
team.
They're going all the way.
Essendon Royals opening up the scoring in the 31st minute,
Yeah.
and in the 38th minute, which is 7 minutes later, instant reply from Box Hill, and Box Hill actually take the lead at half time, 2-1, which was was it? Yes, no, it was it? Or have I written it wrong?
That's 54.
I'm
No,
looking
no.
up here, buddy. Or have I written it wrong? 2-1 Box Hill, sorry, that's my mistake. And then Box Hill make a 3-1. Yeah, no, that is correct. My apologies.
Mate, Luca.
3, sorry, I'm losing it a little bit. I did this in school today. 3-1 Box Hill in the 52nd minute, and then 2 goals from Essendon Royals, which they will take.
Yeah,
in
they will
the
take that.
65th
Away
minute,
from home at Wembley.
65th minute, 89th minute. 3-3 full time.
Pascoe Vale versus Nunawading now. Friday, 8:30. 5-1 for Pascoe Vale. CB Smith, a commanding presence from Paco.
Paco, I reckon they're going VPL 1 this year. I reckon.
gone.
I reckon they're going VPL 1.
Haven't lost yet.
Haven't lost the game yet. 9 points, clear on top of the ladder.
They've won all games above 3 goals as well.
And they're looking really promising, Zach.
Will Roberts and Thomas Alessandro scoring 2 each, and Thomas Alessandro scoring. He's the leading goal scorer for VPL 2. So
Which is pretty
they've
good.
They've got up front players.
Well, here's the thing, Zach.
Paco clear at the top. Will they win it?
I think they can. They
Oh.
can absolutely can. They
They're-
haven't lost a game this season. I'm like, well,
In VPL 2, it's round 3, and they're already contending.
Other-
It's round 4 now.
other teams as well, Zach.
Yeah.
Let me get this
You
up.
got Melbourne, Serbia, Altona, Brunswick, Juve. You got a big challenge, but look,
Yeah.
Paco just so dominant, falling from VPL 1.
Correct, I agree. And Nana Wanting actually opened up the scoring, Zach.
Yeah.
1-0 in the 17th minute, which, you know, you look at that and you go, look, there's a little bit of hope, and then bum, absolutely no hope in the second half.
Yeah.
Even with 1-1 at half time, they scored in the 31st minute, Paco, and then
Put on their shooting boots and
54th minute, 2-1 lead, 72nd minute, 3-1, 76th, 4-1, 82nd, 5-1, 5-1 full time, game over.
Yep. That's pretty much done.
Pretty much.
CB Smith always holds good games.
That's right.
Doveton versus Brunswick Juve, Saturday 3 o'clock
Massive.
at Waratah Reserve. 4-1 for Juve.
Massive for Brunswick Juve, I will say, because, you know, fourth.
They've been sloppy. A bit sloppy.
I do agree a little bit with that, Zach, as well. But, you know, you look at this game for Brunswick Juve and you go, you know, do they deserve to be in VPL 2? Should they be VPL 1 by the quality of what they have as well?
They have good lineup. On paper, they should be winning this.
6 points, fourth on the table, Brunswick Juve, and Doveton, well...
Haven't
11th.
registered a win
11th,
yet.
0 points.
Yeah, haven't won
G.
yet. Juve, first round, got smacked 3-0 by
Yep.
Melbourne Serbia. They've
Yep.
really got a reality checker. Could they come back for a title? They've locked in now.
They've locked in. They're coming into the game 2 wins in a row, match day 3, and they keep winning and get confidence in the squad.
Mm-hmm.
Even if their players get injured and you've got bench players and rotational players with confidence, you know, they can be serious.
Yeah, exactly. Melbourne Serbia versus Burundar Kerry Eagles Saturday.
Boring.
Another 0-0 Saturday 6:30
Boring.
at Kevin Bartlett Reserve. Big clash, but to be fair,
Half time 0-0, full time 0-0. Let's go to the next game.
wait, big clash, but to be fair, good result for Burundara over a commanding Serbia side. Like
True. Yeah, that is
they did
very
hold
true.
them. Like Melbourne Serbia, you would
Yeah.
put them top. You would put them for promotion.
Burundara as well. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. I thought
Yeah,
Melbourne
I think
Serbia.
they'll
I
take
thought Melbourne Serbia were going to win personally.
Yeah, same.
But
But I think
I was back an underdog story.
Burundara will take that. They'll
I
take
think
that
they
on
will.
the chin.
I
and,
think they will. Absolutely.
Yeah. Goulburn Valley Suns versus Altona City, Saturday 7 o'clock. Is that 1-0 for Altona at home? I mean,
Yep.
Goulburn at home.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1-0 Altona away from home.
Yeah.
Altona promotion.
Can't say no because we're only match day 3, Zach, in VPL 2,
yeah.
so you
Yeah.
can't really say much.
Look, they've come out firing. You know.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely do agree
They
with
look
that.
like a good team.
Yep.
I mean, a big trip, 2 hours and 30-minute drive,
Far out.
all the way up to Shepparton. So,
Jesus.
yeah. Got any more notes on that?
Nah, got nothing for you. Got absolutely nothing for you.
Nothing now.
And then we go to the last game of NPL.
North Sunshine versus
Shit, I dropped the pen.
Beaumaris, Saturday 8:15, 3-1 at Larissa Reserve for North Sunshine.
And we talk about, we talked about the Valley Sun, the Eagles, just before.
North Sunshine. Yeah.
North Sunshine, I'm going to flip the question onto you. Promotion, what are you saying?
Look, they're tied second with Altona City here. I think they can.
Yep.
It's going to be a good promotion in VPL. I'm going to be watching VPL 2 very closely this year.
Yeah.
I will be watching it.
It's because it's competitive, isn't it, Zach?
Yeah, it's all leagues, all 3 leagues.
They're very competitive.
And you always have those 2 teams, 3 teams,
Yeah.
like, can't get up there, but the rest is always good. That top 10,
Yeah, I agree.
always fighting. Like, Beaumaris haven't won a game yet, but I thought
Beaumaris,
North
they're
would.
they're not looking good, Zach.
I'm gonna be
They're really
honest.
not looking good.
I would, as a Beaumaris, I'd be happy, because I thought North would win 5-0, but for Beaumaris to even score is a good point to look at for them. you
And
know?
take half time into consideration as well.
Yeah.
1-1. They scored in the 4th minute, Zach.
I'm taking that. If I'm like that's a good sign, you know. You've got your 3 games in.
They scored in the
They
4th
have
minute,
time.
but they conceded 10 minutes after,
but
which isn't
look,
great.
They still have time.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's only match day 3, so, you know, we can see these teams going absolutely up in NPL.
And then if not, State League 1, regroup, and then
Go again.
go again, you know.
Well, all right, just like that, Zach.
That
NPL.
top 3 leagues of Victoria done.
Oh, well, no, there's...
Except for tonight.
Suddenly, you know, no A-League football.
No A-League.
No
But
A-League football. No A-League football, no Premier League. No Champions League.
nothing really.
Nothing special. But you know what's also special, Zach? The bloody footy. The footy.
AFL.
AFL. Big, massive week of footy. Personally, in my opinion. Anything to take on the footy this week, Zach? Or
Big clashes.
big clashes? I do agree with that.
Yeah, big clashes, you know.
Yeah.
Going good. Watched a few of them, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Socceroos and Collingwood were playing, so I saw Collingwood were losing and just flipped the tally over, you know? Go support a team that is winning at the moment. But
Not looking good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Collingwood, we're going to the first game. We've got St Kilda Footy Club and the Magpies. St Kilda by 15 points, 94-79. And the Pies
Don't like it.
are 0-3, mate. What are you writing?
Next segment.
Alright, fair enough. St Kilda v Collingwood, 15-point win for the Saints, 94-79. 0-3 Collingwood, and Collingwood in the first quarter, it looked like there was a little bit of a spark. It looked like there was, you know, they regrouped from after 0-2,
Yeah.
and they started pretty strong in my view, in my opinion. They started pretty strong, and we all knew St Kilda were going to come out. No problem about that. We all knew they were going to come out. Mason Wood comes off with the stretcher with a concussion. Don't know if it's a shoulder or collarbone or anything like that, but it's not a good injury, sadly.
That's not good for them.
Stretched it off.
Especially early.
But I just want to talk about the umpiring. I thought they were terrible.
Fuck.
I thought they were terrible.
Atrocious.
St Kilda, wow, plus 14 on free kicks.
Mm.
It's not looking good. But if we go to the major goal kickers, Higgins kicking 4 goals, 1. Max King kicking 3 goals straight, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
And Liam
Kingy.
Henry, 2 goals, 2 points. Where we go to Collingwood, Jamie Elliott 3-2. McInnes 3-0, and Bobby Hill kicking 2 straight.
My man.
Love Bobby Hill. Love what he's doing.
What's your phone?
Phone's here, mate.
Um,
Looking really good. And then Miller off to the St Kilda Footy Club. Well, where do we start with him? Because my man is absolutely shining right now. 32 possessions. 100% gets the 3 votes in my opinion.
yeah, you have to. Surely.
He's an absolute
Who was better
machine.
on ground? Surely, no one. Really.
No one.
Yeah.
Jack Steele, 26 possessions. Josh Battle, 24. They're the Saints in the top 3. And if you go to Collingwood, Josh Dacos, 29. Maynard, 24. Crisp, 22. Like I say, with Collingwood, they're just not looking good at the moment.
Did you see
Really?
Josh or Nick?
Josh. Nick Dacos got 22 possessions. It was not a Nick Dacos game against St Kilda.
Jesus.
It was not Nick Dacos' 50th game. But I just want to talk about a little bit more about St Kilda, and because they're a really high possession team. They
Yeah.
love to touch the footy. They had 50 more disposals than Collingwood. Shows that they had a little bit more control in the game.
Yeah, they definitely did.
398 to 348. They controlled inside 50s. Look, when they control inside 50s with the amount of possession they had, you do expect a little bit more, in my view. But, you know, a win's a win. 15 points, they'll take that. The clearances were really important for the Saints because Collingwood are a really big clearance side, especially with Tom Mitchell, Scott Pendlebury, Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos as well. Clearances 35
Saints
to
are
31.
gonna take that first win.
Yeah.
I mean, considering they've only played 2 games and they're in 9th, but you've also got 18th to 12th
Yeah.
all on 0.
Yeah.
I don't like the opening round, how it makes
Yeah,
no one's played the
I do
same
agree.
games. So.
The centre clearances were a big thing with the Saints, where I feel like they
Yeah.
scored a little bit more because that's one of Collingwood's strength. When you got the going in the midfield, you've got boarding Tom Mitchell for this exact reason to get clearance from the middle, and it worked last year. But is it working right now? I'm going to be honest with you, not really the greatest. Nick Dacos in the middle, Josh Dacos in the middle as well. Getting that minute, Scott Pendlebury as well. The stoppage clearances were all Collingwood as well. But if we go to, contested ball, uncontested ball as well, Collingwood did really well in the contested ball, even though it was a draw on contested ball. But they did pretty well because it was a really congested type of game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And an uncontested ball, in my view, and I'm gonna bring marks into this as well. Saints had 106 marks, Collingwood had 79.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
disgusting,
Uncontested ball, I reckon, has pretty much come from these marks. 247 to 202 on uncontested ball.
I mean, our Rocks had absolute dominance over them as well. Like,
Correct. Rowan Marshall. It wasn't the greatest Rowan Marshall
and they
game
got
I felt.
13 hitouts
Yeah,
with
it wasn't-
Mason Cox
it wasn't a
getting
Rowan-
21 and
It wasn't a Rowan Marshall type game I felt.
Cameron getting 26 hitouts as well. So,
The pressure from Collingwood,
did Marshall play the whole game?
pretty much. The pressure from Collingwood was pretty good as well. Winning the tackle stats, and they were pretty big as well, especially in contested ball. So in contest, they should say big tick in the box. But other than that, you can't say they're 100% going to be there this year.
Yeah.
Friday night, Zachary J. This is a game which was a little bit interesting. The Crows v the Cats.
The streaker.
Oh,
The
the
streaker.
streaker, mate.
I got the video from his
So-
mate.
Here's the thing, yes. So before I go into the scores, you set the streaker, perfect. What is this security guard doing? I mean, what are you doing, mate?
It was horrible.
One time opportunity to get somebody, and he stuffed it. Every
His
opportunity.
pants were falling down as
Oh,
well.
mate. Anyway, Ben Keys and Matt Crouch, they got into the ground pretty
Mate,
easily.
they got into it.
They got him. But, Geelong, 77, Adelaide Crows, Geelong 86, Cats by 19 points. I mean, I saw this coming personally, because I don't think they're the real deal this year. Personally, I feel like the squad has improved, but I feel like they're just going to get worse.
I just can't see them getting top 8.
I think they'll be
I
the
really
same.
can't.
I think they'll
I
be
really
the same
can't.
as last year from the way Adelaide are going at the moment.
I think they'll get close, but I think they'll fall short in like a 10th or a 12th.
At least I think Geelong, really good start to the game, and that's how it really ended up
Yeah,
with.
that's pretty much like you
Strong
can do
game.
nothing now.
But there's something I want to talk about the Adelaide Crows before I go into goals and possession. I just want to talk about inside 50s because this was a massive one for me. Inside 50s, 66 to 53 Adelaide's way. The kicking is horrendous for the
Yeah.
Crows.
Disgusting.
It was terrible.
Mate, I was watching it and I was cringing.
I mean, what are they doing? What are
Mate,
they doing, Zach?
He missed one from right in front.
Oh, Darcy Fogarty, that was
Mate.
terrible. You got to kick that. And you know what, Zach? The comeback was on. And just like that, nailed the coffin from Brian Myers. Pretty much kept the winning goal.
If he kicked up, whole different game.
Game on, personally, in
Game
my
on.
opinion. So we go into the goals. Tom Hawkins, 4 goals straight.
Yeah.
Pretty good from the Hawk. Guy Myers, 3 straight. And Charlie Cameron, 2 goals, 2. We go to the Crows. Darcy Fogarty, God, he really should be 3-1. But it's 2-2.
Yeah.
The text the same with 2-2. And Chris Burgess, 2 goals, 1.
Yep.
For the new recruit for the Crows. And I personally, Burgess, I think it's working. He showed some good signs.
Yeah, he did. Not much really to say about that.
2 goals, 1. Can't say that. Matt Crouch, 37 possessions. And I want to talk about a little bit more about Matt Crouch. I know he got 37 possessions, but is he really that midfielder that the Crows really need? Can I put someone else in the midfield instead of him?
Oh.
He's one of those rushy disposals, Matt Crouch. He gets the ball and just rushes it.
He doesn't really do enough with it though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like his consistency, he gets it and it's a go. He give and go more.
Adelaide Crows really were on top of everything in this whole game.
I thought they were gonna win it.
Contested ball possession inside 50s, but the kicking efficiency inside 50 really sealed the deal.
Horrible.
Now, I want to talk about clearances, Zach, because this is what Adelaide Crows have worked on in pre-season. They won the clearances 47-38. They won the centre clearances 13-11, but the stoppage clearance is where I want to talk about a little bit. This is where I felt the Crows felt a little bit comfortable. Whenever they got the ball, they always had their runners.
Yeah.
They always had their runners. They won 34 clearances by stoppage, and Geelong only had 27. A big tick in the box for me, for the Crows. Contested ball as well. You know, both teams were pretty good on contested ball. And the tackling pressure was really good from Geelong as well, and the marks was more control for Adelaide Crows as well. So the Crows couldn't get the job done,
Yeah.
but they can go again next week. 100%.
They'll learn from it and they'll go again.
Now this
They'll go again.
is a really important game, this one. And this is the one I kind of want to talk about a little bit more. And there was another one that night, but we'll go into Saturday. Fremantle Footy Club versus North Melbourne. Now, this is Fremantle at its peak. Personally, my ladder prediction, they're second last for me. And they're 2-0. 2-0.
Did you put them second last?
Not looking good, Zach. They weren't looking
What
good.
are you doing?
They weren't looking good, mate. But Fremantle, 26 points down against Brisbane. Came back, kicked 8 goals in a row. Won the game.
Shit.
And they've pretty much done the same thing. However, North Melbourne, strong. Very strong. If they played the way they did in that first half for the third and last quarter, I'll tell you what, I would be shitting myself if I was
Yeah.
another team. Because they
North
really showed
Melbourne, yeah.
they really showed that Hawthorn type game from Alistair Clarkson.
Yeah. North Melbourne, they want it now. They really want it. And they're gonna be pumping.
Well, we go
They're hungry for wins.
So-
They need them. I mean, all last year was just a shit show. But let's
So-
be honest.
North 76, Freo 102, Dockers by 26 points. And from what I've said, from 33 points down, Zach, the Dockers in the third quarter kicked 9 goals, and also the start of the second quarter, kicked 9 goals in a row
Disgusting. Disgusting.
To win-
Unanswered as
to
well.
win by 26 points.
Yeah. Especially 9 goals unanswered is just disgusting.
We go to the goal kickers, Paul Curtis, 2 goals too.
Yeah.
Tom Power, very underrated player for North Melbourne. He kicked 2 goals, 2 goals straight, and Cam Zerha with 2 goals straight as well.
Yeah.
We go to the Fremantle Footy Club. Michael Frederick, 2 goals, 1. Matt Taberner, 2 goals, 1. Matt Taberner, really happy to see him back in that Fremantle squad. But with all the injuries with Cox and these other players, Joy Amos kicked 1 goal free, which is something you don't really want from Joy Amos. He wanted to kick a little bit straighter.
Yeah.
But if you look at Matt Taberner, didn't play a lot of footy last year, but good to see him come back kicking 2 goals.
Yeah, it's actually nice to see, for Freo especially. Key player, I don't know.
Can he keep his role
Can
next?
he keep it? Yeah.
Can he keep it this next week, Zach? You reckon? Because I think he is.
I think he'll keep.
Luke Jackson. Wow. He is a gun. I'm going to lock it in. All Australian this year for the Fremantle Footy Club in the ruck.
Luke Jackson.
Yep. Lock it in.
Hit outs?
Doesn't matter about the hit outs. Doesn't matter about...
How much did you get there?
I don't know, actually. It's a good question.
Pass it.
Well, let's investigate, shall we? But...
You keep talking, I'll do it.
Yeah, alright. But we go to disposals, and Harry Sheasel had a day out. Same with Caleb Sarong. 35 possessions for Sheasel. Luke Davies at Uniac with 30. And we talk about Tom Powell. Underrated as anything.
Did you say Jackson
Yeah.
as All Australian?
Yeah.
He's not even the most hit outs in the game.
Doesn't matter about... It doesn't matter
How do you
about...
even pronounce that? Cherry.
Tristan Cherry. Now,
30 hit outs.
I want to talk about Tristan Cherry a little
with
bit as well.
19 disposals.
He's very underrated as well, Cherry. I will point that one out.
He got 6 tackles as well.
Well,
6 tackles as a ruckman.
who?
Cherry.
Very good player,
Yeah.
Tristan Cherry. I will actually do agree with that. But I want to talk about Tom Powell, and I know we talked about it just before, but underrated player. He's in that midfield, and he's performing, getting
Yeah.
clearances, and he's really important.
28 disposals with the 2 goals and 5 tackles
Yeah.
and 4 marks, I do believe.
is really important. We're going to the Fremantle position holders, Caleb Sarong 35, Clark 28 and Brayshaw 27. So 2 Fremantle midfielders really getting busy in the middle.
Sarong got 35.
And I want to make a mention as well for Nat Fife. He only had 19 possessions, I know that.
Yeah.
But with the 19 possessions, boy oh boy, did he play a good game of footy. He really kick-started everything.
Did he get subbed out?
I think it was just tactical though.
Sub-tactical.
Yeah, I think it's a bit tactical.
Sarong got 35.
I want to talk now. I just want to talk about Luke Jackson as well. Okay, so we talked about clearance
Yep.
as well. Luke Jackson, they managed to win the clearance battle, which is what you want. We forgot Tracy was in the ruck as well
Yeah.
for Fremantle. So
It's not snacks.
So pretty much clearance, they won. They won by 12 in clearances. North Melbourne, Fremantle. That's how crucial Luke Jackson is in the ruck.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
They won centre clearances. They absolutely pulverised North Melbourne. 5-14, and stoppages. They also smashed North Melbourne 18-21.
Yeah. North Melbourne on the stats are actually looking better, but
They
9
got
unanswered is just
yeah.
it's not good enough,
Personally, in contested ball, Fremantle were a lot stronger because normally Fremantle, I feel like they're not too much of the contested side. So
Yeah.
that's a massive tick in the box for Fremantle.
Sheasel, Harry Sheasel getting
Sheasel's
35.
a really good player.
That's a good performance.
The thing with this game is that there wasn't really a lot of control. 93 marks apiece.
Yeah.
The control was a little bit low as well. And
It was
intensity.
very up and down.
But I want to talk about,
50,
and this
50s.
is the last thing. The Fremantle Football Club intensity has gone up a roof from last year. They've won the tackles by 17.
Yeah. Cool.
Big, that's a tick in the box. Tick and a half. That's enough for Fremantle. We're going to the next game because, the majority of that time I was talking about Freo and North. Hawks v the D's, and we'll make it a bit it's just easy. Melbourne 55-point win, 55-point win, 38-93. D's are the strongest team, and where do we go from there?
Fritsch kicking 5 and 1.
Well, I don't want
And
to talk
Pickett
about,
kicking 3.
and some Hawks players are out with injury.
Yeah.
If they had their full team, I reckon it could be a little bit different. I think Melbourne will still win this game, but I feel like they could have been a little bit different if their full team will be in the squad. Bailey Fritsch kicking 5 goals, 1.
Yeah.
Day out for Bailey Fritsch. Cosy Pickett 3 goals, 1. Chandler 2 goals, no behinds.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this man because seriously, he hasn't had the greatest 2 games. And that is exactly the man you're looking at.
Yeah.
Nick Watson. He's kicked 6 points. He's kicked his first goal, but he's kicked 6 points. What does he have to do? He needs to kick him better. They call him the wizard for a reason, and he's not acting like he's a wizard.
No, he's really not showing it, really, isn't he?
Well, self-explanatory, really.
Yeah.
It's just a Melbourne smashing. Really.
Petrarca getting 29 disposals with Sicily coming close to 27.
And Sicily, remember James Sicily didn't have the greatest game against Essendon last week as well. So he did well to come back into this game.
Warpool getting 27 as well. Ed Langdon 26 and Scrimshaw 26.
Here's the thing. Melbourne smashed them in contested ball. They got more inside 50s. They got more inside 50s, and they had more clearances and more. Yeah, it was just a smashing in the park for the Hawks.
Yeah,
Going into the last game for the Saturday, Sydney Swans versus my beloved Essendon Footy Club. Now, this is a game where I thought personally we had no defence. Jay Kelly comes out with illness, no Jordan Ridley, no Mason Redmond, no Zach Reid, and I thought we were going to get smashed by over 50 points. Turns out the wrong way. We only lost by 30 points.
it was close.
For me, they're not looking good, the Bombers.
Okay.
I don't really like the Bombers.
To be said, can we say this? As a team, Essendon had more disposals.
And we will get onto that, Zach.
Yeah, we will.
We will get onto that.
But the efficiency just drops a bit.
Look, Essendon with no defence did well, but Sydney were too good at the end of the day. I want to talk about 2 metre Peter Wright for the Bombers. That bump, is it a suspension?
It's not. It's not.
He's...
I can say it's not.
Wait, give me
He's
here.
bracing for impact.
Now, this
How
tweet...
is it?
Now, this is a tweet I found, and the first comment is something that I agree with. I've just got to find her. Here. You could make a really strong argument that it is front on contact by Cunningham on Peter Wright.
He moved backwards.
But here's my thing, yeah, and I watch a lot of footy shows, and Lee Montagna puts it in the most perfect way. How is Peter Wright meant to defend himself by going for the ball?
The maxes an hour. So.
That's right. How is Peter Wright meant to protect himself?
Yep. Sorry, Spotify for podcasters is a bit dumb.
Let's go again.
When we spoke for 60 minutes. Wait, I'll be back.
We gotta let that video go. Are we gonna let that go?
No, just...
But are we letting this go?
Yeah. Alright, let's start recording again. Do you want to start recording?
Where you going?
That's how bad for Spotify podcasters. You keep talking about it, I'll be back in a sec.
Zach Gray will be back. Just a tick, but we will continue talking about the Essendon Footy Club and the Swans. Peter Wright, and we'll talk about it when he comes back. It's not great for Peter Wright. It's just not looking good. But we will talk about the Sydney Swans. They're really good. Especially corridor. The corridor-wise, Essendon defensively did not look the greatest. And it was the same with Hawthorn. They just could not defend the corridor, and Sydney just pretty much trailed out of the park and got a really consistent victory. However, for Sydney's point of view, can they win by a little bit more? I think so, realistically. But we go into the goal kickers. Tom Papley, 4 goals, 1. Had a really good day out against the Bombers. Will Haywood, 3 goals, 1. Chad Warner, 2 goals, 1. And we move to the Bombers. Jake Stringer, 3 goals, 1. Gresham, 3 goals, 1. Kyle Langford, 2 goals, 1.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
You going good?
Pretty bloody good, mate. And disposals, Isaac Heaney, 32 possessions. Chad Warner, 28. And Errol Gordon, 24. Errol Gordon is a gun in the Matrix.
Brownlow? He was close last year.
Don't know about Brownlow, but...
Could he?
Don't know about Brownlow,
Who is
but...
the favourite, actually? Who are you putting up there?
Tom Green.
Tom Green?
Tom Green from the GWS. I really like him. Good player. For the Bombers, Zach Merritt, 32. You can even put that man, Zach Merritt, in the occasion as well, because he started this year with a bang. Nick Martin, 32, and Will Setterfield, 29. But I want to talk about, again, the Peter Wright situation, because 2 weeks is understandable, but not 4 weeks.
Do you get 4?
At the moment, it's looking like it's going to be 4 weeks.
Disgusting.
4 weeks doesn't look right, but if it was 2, I would accept that and go, okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that. But what's he meant to do? Lee Montagna made the most perfect example in first crack the other night. He said, how's Peter Wright meant to protect himself when he's going for the footy? What do you want him to do?
Exactly.
Anyway, screw to Peter
Can we
Wright.
talk about... So, Essendon had 10 more disposals than Sydney.
Yeah.
But also the efficiency. So,
Yeah.
the efficiency inside 50. 28 shots from 56 inside 50s for Essendon. And 35 shots for 59 inside 50.
And I talked about it while you were gone. The problem with Essendon is the defensive structure. I feel like going forward is okay, but it's just the defensive structure that Brad Scott's got. I don't think it's working, and if he doesn't fix this, I think we're going to be not in the top 8 this year, and potentially bottom 4. Clearance was a big tick in the box, I feel like, for Brad Scott as well. He should be really happy with that, plus 10 in clearance as well. Contested ball was even, and uncontested as well was pretty even as well.
Yeah.
So pretty even game from that point of view.
The fourth quarter looks like Sydney really shared the ball.
Sydney ran us over in the
Yeah.
last quarter.
Essendon really only got the ball in the hitouts.
Couldn't really do much towards the end. But we go on to Sunday. The Western Bulldogs against the Gold Coast Suns, 115 to 67. The Dogs by 48 points. And the only thing I have to say is the Western Bulldogs kicked 9 goals in the first quarter, and they were just too good for the Gold Coast Suns. And this man thinks that the Gold Coast Suns were going to beat the Bulldogs, and I disagreed, and look who's right here.
It's my bad. I got a tip wrong. Jesus Christ.
the red hot Gold Coast Suns, Damien Hardwick, you have to say, they had a little fight back, but 9 goals in the first quarter. It was game over.
Yeah. It was done.
And this man, Cody Waitman, I think kicked 4 or 5 in the first quarter. 6 goals.
First quarter.
6 goals. Done.
Jeez.
Oscar Baker, 3 goals. Aaron Norton, 2 goals, 1. Jamal Hagen, in my opinion, was very quiet. In my view, because in these type of games, I expect him a little bit on the scoreboard, but he wasn't to be.
Yeah.
For the Gold Coast, Ben King kicked 2 goals, 1. He is going to be a gun this year, Ben King. Nick Holman kicking 2 straight, and Benny Ainsworth kicking 1 goal straight.
Ben King is in third with Cody Waitman behind him in goals.
Yep.
Jesse Hogan for the Giants.
And we will talk about the Giants really, really soon.
Yeah.
And we go to the disposals. Bontempelli 32, Chalor 27, and Jason Johannisen 25. Jason Johannisen finding really consistent form lately, which has been really, really good. But the Gold Coast Suns took Miller 30 possessions, Flanders 26, and Noah Anderson 25. Noah. Matt Rowell really quiet. I felt like it wasn't his game against the Dogs, but he can always find his consistency. But the Bulldogs really controlled everything. Controlled disposals, controlled clearances, controlled contested ball, and there's nothing else to say that this is the big tick in the box for Luke Beveridge. And if these Bulldogs can play like this, Beveridge will keep his job and they'll make the top 8
Can we talk about Tom Green here? So I've just seen he's leading the league for disposals.
Well, you know what, Zach? Do you know what, Zach? We'll leave it for the Giants game.
Yeah. Oh.
Connor forgot to write down the West Coast v GWS game, but that's all right.
Jesus.
Tigers v Port Adelaide. I watched this game. Tigers did, I was going to say pretty well. I was expecting a massive smashing from Port Adelaide, but Port only win by 30 points. Richmond with lots of injuries. Zach as well, with majority of the defence as well. They played well, but last quarter and the third quarter, Port just too strong. They're just too strong.
I think I saw it coming.
Tom Marshall, 4 goals, 2. Finlayson, 3 goals, 1. And Darcy Byrne-Jones kicking 3 goals as well. And I want to make a special mention. Travis Boak, 350 games.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Congrats.
Fantastic. For Richmond, Liam Baker, 3 goals. Shai Bolton, I'm seeing a lot of improvement in Shai Bolton's game.
Yeah.
2 goals, 2. And Ryan Mansell, 2 goals, 1. Ryan Mansell playing more as a forward in this game.
Yeah, it was.
And he's showing a lot of potential there.
Oh, the
But I want to talk about, and this is where I'm getting up to now, the Port Adelaide midfield demolished the Tigers.
Zach Butters, Connor
And
Rosie,
pretty much the only
Drew
name,
Farrell.
the only name we have to say is Zach Butters, and that's it done.
34 disposals.
Zach Butters,
1
34.
goal.
Zach Butters, 34 possessions. Rosie, 28, and Drew, 27. That's all midfielders.
Yeah.
And for Richmond, Ross, another player I'm really seeing improvements in. 26 possessions. Taranto, 26, and Liam Baker, 23 possessions. Port controlled the game, and the clearances were even. And again, Richmond have worked on clearances as well, and I can see there's a little bit of improvement in there as well. But contested ball as well, Richmond I felt were a little bit tougher with pressure well, but Port's intensity to get the ball from defence up to forwards.
Exactly right about the clearances. They actually had 31 each.
Yep. And now I need this now because we're going to talk about the West Coast Eagles and the Giants, and let's say I made a mistake for tipping the West Coast Eagles.
Your man Tom Green.
He's consistent, man.
He's leading. He's in top 5 for nearly every stat.
He's got the most fantasy points,
most disposals.
But this is where I want to talk about. Okay, so we go leading goal kickers this year. Okay. The top 6... Oh, actually, you know what? The top 10, there's 4 GWS players in it.
Yeah.
Jesse Hogan's on top with 12. Callum Brown's on 7. And this man, Aaron Cadman, I really like him.
Yeah.
He's a gun. 7 goals for Cadman and Brett Daniels for 6 goals. Toby Green's not on here, which is a bit of a shock. But Toby Green's moved more as a team player for me. He's not kicking the goals. He's letting other troops kick the goals.
He's really dragging in everyone because... Everyone, expects him to do it all himself, but he's dragging him in. He's playing the ball, He's kicking it inside 50. He's creating more of those chances.
Correct. We go to the goals. Well, we will say the scores as well. West Coast 43, GWS 108.
That's a 60
Giants by
points, isn't it?
65-point victory. And we go to the goals. Aaron Cadman, 3 goals. Consistent. Fantastic to see from Aaron Cadman. Jesse Hogan, 2 goals too. Toby Brentford, 2 goals as well. You go to possessions. Lockie Whitfield with 36. Tom Green, 34. And Stephen Keneally, 31. And if you go to the West Coast Eagles, Liam Duggan, 28. Elliot Yeo, 27, and Jeremy McGovern, 26 possessions. Well, Jeremy McGovern was very busy down back, you have to say. And for the West Coast Eagles goal kickers, well, let's just say there was... How many goals did they kick? There's 5 goal kickers.
Yeah.
Jamie Cripps, 1 goal. Waterman, 1 goal. Hunt, 1 goal. Tim Kelly, 1 goal, which was right at the start, actually. Second goal of the game. And Elliot Yeo kicked 1 goal as well. But realistically, I don't really have to say much, don't I?
No, not really, no.
It's a bloody smashing.
It's a flogging.
Almost 60 more possessions, nearly 30 more inside 50s for the Giants. And the clearances, and again, and West Coast have worked on that as well. 40 to 36, which is a big tick in the box, especially in stoppage clearances, 29 to 25. Big tick in the box, but contested ball and all that stuff, we're not going to worry about because we all know who won that. Because for GWS are that much of the contested side that, you know, they're too good. They're too good at the end of the day.
Now, 2 teams had buys. Brisbane
Yep.
Lions and Carlton
Yep.
had the buys. I still don't know why you're having buys. If there's 2 teams, just make them play.
Because it's
The
round,
opening
because of the
rounds.
opening round. That's the problem.
Stupid.
But now, Zach, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do more footy tips for this week.
Oh.
Footy tipping for this week.
Like, can we talk about this Tassie team for a second? Just
Okay. I want to hear your voice.
Can we not have 19 and just make it 20th? Please. 19 is going to be so awkward.
You know what, Zach? I'm going to disagree. I think it'll be a little bit better.
You want 19
One team gets a bye each week. I think that's a big tick in the box.
instead of 2.
Do you want to know why? Because there's more games.
Yeah. But also, think about this. 20 teams. Get it.
20
Get a
teams.
Northern Territory team up there. I'm telling you.
Okay, I like it.
Look,
Yeah.
the stars Northern Territory have produced,
Yeah.
when they get those facilities, they'll skyrocket, you know?
Let's get on to the tips for this week. Brisbane Collingwood, Thursday night. I don't even know who to go for, to be honest. I'm gonna go Brisbane because it's at the Gabba. I'm gonna go tip them by 15 points. Who are you going for, Zach?
I have to tip the pie.
By how much, Zach?
I'm going to say it's a close one. I'm going to say 10 points.
I tipped Brisbane by 15 points. Carlton, North Melbourne, I'm tipping
Carlton.
Carlton. Freo, Adelaide, Crows, I'm
Freo.
tipping Freo because they're perfect. And Freo, good consistency,
Saints.
good form.
Saints.
Essendon, St Kilda, I'm
Saints.
tipping my team Essendon, but I would tip
Saints.
the Saints. Port Melbourne, I'm going to tip.
Adelaide. At Adelaide.
I'm going to tip Port because it is at
Adelaide.
Adelaide. Dogs v the West Coast Eagles with
Doggies.
Dogs. But if the Dogs, I feel like if the Dogs don't win over by 50 points, I reckon they've got problems.
Yeah.
Richmond, Sydney, I'm going to tip.
We're at
at
still
Melbourne
Sydney.
Cricket
I still
Ground.
think Sydney.
Sydney will win. Hawks v Geelong.
Geelong.
No, on the Hawks. I believe in the Hawks.
You're going the Hawks?
I believe that the Wizard is going to perform, Zach. I've seen a lot of
positives.
positives with Hawthorn. I know this game wasn't the greatest, but I've seen a lot of positives in Hawthorn.
Alright. We'll submit that. But,
And Gold Coast and the Giants have a bye next week as well.
so now that is it for...
Yeah,
I-
the podcast.
But
Oh, hang on.
something happened in
Oh.
Melbourne recently.
Hang on.
You know we live in
Hang on.
Melbourne.
Wait,
Oh,
give it.
you know we lived in Melbourne.
Yeah.
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 The Grand Prix for the F1.
Oh, give me a spell. Gee, I'm putting my book on the table.
Look.
That's a spell, mate.
Carlos Sainz wins for Ferrari.
I don't even know any of the races.
And Leclerc in second. But Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton DNF because
Yeah, I heard about
do you
this.
believe? Oh, and George Russell actually, both Mercedes DNF. So Max Verstappen, I think
Terrible.
his engine blew up. And both the Mercedes cars DNF'd anyway.
Oh my god.
But what are they gonna do now? Because Hamilton's gone Ferrari.
Personally, I could not give two shits about the
No,
F1.
but you've just got first and second Ferrari drivers.
Yeah.
And you have to replace one of them with Hamilton. What? And they've just got first and second.
Well, Whoever comes first should always stay first.
That's, yeah, but then Leclerc now, he's a good driver.
He's a good driver, but is he better than the other bloke? No. So there's your answer, Zach.
Piastri coming in.
Done.
Piastri coming in 4th, another Aussie,
Yeah.
and Daniel Ricciardo coming in 12th.
Ah, Ricardo.
He's in
flying. He's flying. Daniel's on fire.
And
Sergio
Sergio Perez had to carry the Red Bull team
Yep.
in 5th place now. Will Max Verstappen come back now?
Absolutely.
He's first in the world.
Absolutely. Trust the process.
Red Bull Racing knows what they're doing.
Yep.
Red Bull Racing.
Yep.
But
That's about it, really, for F1. Big week. You know, you're definitely not wrong about the F1, how big it was this week.
especially Melbourne.
Yeah, correct.
A lot
Zach.
of stuff going on. But
Just like that,
that
we're
it?
done.
that is it.
We are done.
We are done.
Well done, Zachy J.
Well done.